That
Okay,
should be that
Schwoofies.
Yeah,
Alright,
fight
gotta-
right.
Gotta get into the right voice for Nocce.
Even though he doesn't talk much.
That's perfect then.
No more vocal fry for you.
Aw.
Okay. If everybody's ready, I'm gonna get started. I'm escorted out into another impressively bland hallway.
So, how do you like the place, new guy? Pretty spiffy, huh? I love that they have gravity up here. Do you know how hard it is to train without it? I'd never be able to practice boxing otherwise.
Give me 1 second. I'm changing the mic setting for me. Okay. She throws out a surprise. She throws out some surprisingly clean-looking jabs before continuing.
I know Nocce here appreciates it too. Otherwise, he'd never be able to pin me down when we practice. Ain't that right, big guy?
Uh-huh.
See? I mean, I haven't actually beaten him, but I'm close. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah! You enjoying your time aboard the ship?
I can barely compose my thoughts through a barrage of a conversation. Do I like it here? It's not like the worst. It's pretty bad. But now that things have calmed down a bit, I feel like it's okay. Also, with this new job, maybe I'll find something I actually like doing. Or at least, a good way to pass the time. Replying with a thumbs up, Nocce informs Tiu of my answer.
Great!
The hands.
And
The
I knew I
Sailor
took the
Moon
first chance I
hands.
got to get off Leo. I was so bored of that darn city. Sakonas really did me a number letting me come out here for work. What about you, Nocce? I forgot why you came here.
Paid better.
Oh yeah, that too.
What city? I really need to ask more about Io sometime. Seeing as Marruk is from Urian, I might have to message Merowyn and Rowan. Or Rowan. I'm glad they seem to be enjoying gainful employment, though. I feel as though I should have gone through some more paperwork before accepting this job. Or at least seen the benefits.
Wow, I've never given a tour before. Should I be doing that? Maybe I'll give it a try. Should I give that a try, Nocce?
He just shrugs.
I'm gonna do it.
Sorry.
Welcome aboard the lovely and remote Icoroid 2 station. We know you had many options for where you could be. Oh, you didn't. Oh, I'm bad at this. Let me try again.
Start smaller.
Smaller? Okay, I can do that. Ahem. Welcome to Column A's loading bay on the Icoroid 2. Here, we receive all kinds of packages and deliveries from the outside worlds at large. Once everything has been accounted for, it's delivered to wherever it needs to go on the station. Everything from personal mail to food to, office supplies? What else should I say?
Nocce just shrugs. Am I watching these two rehearse a fucking comedy routine? I'm starting to understand why Marruk is always so high-strung.
From here, you can easily access all the different parts of the station, from either using the maglifts or the stairs. We're only 2 floors away from the mess hall, 5 from the housing, and 7 from the gym. It's a great place to meet new people and, count boxes. Well, shoot, that's all I got. How'd I do?
I can barely contain myself as Nocce delivers the driest
Pretty good.
I've ever heard. I give her a thumbs up, purely out of pity. But to her credit, at least it was pretty entertaining.
Well, if you have any questions, feel free to. Gesture at us, and I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what you need. Until then, though, we really should get to patrolling. Ready?
Giving her an affirmative, we start walking the halls, looking for, well, I'm not really sure.
You said Lieutenant Caceres took you out on a patrol before, right? Did he tell you what to do, or did he just let you follow him around?
Giving them a thumbs down confuses them at first, but I think they get it.
Okay, well, it's pretty simple. We walk these halls and see if anyone needs anything. Make sure that there are no big crowds or traffic jams, or anything that could cause any issues, really. We also have to make sure that no one is misusing any machinery, especially down here. I once saw this guy use a tri-lift to try and fix a light instead of just getting a ladder or calling maintenance. I mean, come on! Those guys are great! I once got one of them to fix a radio for me, and it wasn't even company property. Good stuff. But yeah, it's pretty simple. If something looks out of place, or if someone needs anything, they let us know. And that's about it. Did I miss anything, big guy?
Nah.
Oh, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm not sure any crane in their right mind would approach me. Present company excluded. But I guess I'll keep an eye out. Tiu doesn't seem all too interested in silence, though, as she keeps doing the talking for the rest of us.
So, what else have you seen here? The captain said you were in confinement, so, I'm guessing you haven't seen much. It's not all just boring always, I promise.
It mostly is.
Mostly isn't completely. Besides, surely you've been to, well, you were really only out today, right? So you've only been to... Well, shit, I guess where they were keeping you in the boss's office. Well, that ain't much. Where were they keeping you anyways? I didn't think we had any cells on the station. So, what? A really nice broom closet or something?
I mean, kinda.
Medical confinement.
Huh? How do you know?
Had a hunch. Tried to go last week and it was on lockdown.
Oh, very smart, big guy. Well, darn. I ain't been there yet, but I can't imagine it's very nice. Explains why Marruk is always headed down that way, too. Gosh, he's been so sour lately. Did I tell you that I tried to invite him out with us a few nights ago and he said he was too busy? He loves sitting in the corner watching us drink. Do you think he's mad at us?
He's just busy.
He's always busy. Now more so than ever. Did you see all those messages we got about that new Sockness crew headed our way? Company executives or something. I can't even imagine how many schedules he has to prepare for that. At least he's not on guard duty for Tiny anymore. Ha! What?
He still is.
What do you mean?
They live together, too. The lieutenant is always on watch.
What? No, surely they just gave Tiny his own room, right?
Where would they find a room that isn't surrounded by crane?
Tiny, are you seriously rooming with Lieutenant?
A bit worried, I produced a thumbs up, only for her jaw to drop. She actually looks pretty similar to Marruk when he heard we'd be rooming together too.
No way! I mean, no offense, Tiny, but poor Marruk. That's gotta be kinda weird, right? I mean, he's had his room to himself for a while now, and suddenly he gets an alien roommate? I'd be upset. Well, okay, only a little, but this isn't about me. I guess he probably does get lonely. Well, you could always...
He's not filling any gaps. He's just taking an empty bed.
Hey, yo. Right, yeah, an empty bed.
Silence falls in the hallway as, for once, Tia has nothing to say. It doesn't seem like anyone does, really. She starts fidgeting and playing with her claws and balling her hands. She crosses her arms so she'd stop, but it doesn't work, and as I can see her fingers digging into her side. Stopping halfway down a hallway, she starts tapping her foot, and Nocce takes notice.
Sergeant, do you need something?
Hmm? I do. I do! Nocce, can you go to the security checkpoint here and grab me a registry form for, incoming personnel?
Why?
I want to show Tiny here what they look like. We have to fill them out from time to time, don't we? Why not show the new guy how to do it?
His eyes dart between us before he straightens up and shrugs.
I don't think it can read, but okay. Need anything else?
No, that should be fine. Just, say hi to whoever's on shift there from me. For me, I mean.
You got it.
He turns and starts lumbering off while the two of us wait. I follow him as he turns the corner before looking at two, who seems fidgety still. Oh, what's going on? Did she see something? She clenches her whole body with a deep breath before letting it out all in a sigh. An eye cuts to me, and I can see a thought forming.
Hey, Tiny, let me show you something before he gets back.
Walking back the way we came, she ducks behind a corner and beckons me to follow. I'm a bit confused, but I'd rather not be lost as well, so I follow. The corner is just a few storage lockers and some empty tables. I don't see any other rooms or anything that could be. I suddenly find myself pressed up against the wall with a fairly large and intimidating Karain looming over me. Oh, what the fuck is happening? She leans in and gets uncomfortably close before speaking.
Hey, look. We gotta have a talk, alright?
What are you...
You don't talk. I do. Just not for me, okay, Tiny?
Becoming more panicked, I look around for anyone or anything that could help me. But she picked this location for a reason. And seeing no other options, I nod and she continues.
I care about Marruk. I mean, I care about him a lot. More than anyone else on this fucking station does, okay? So I need you to understand. If you're gonna be in his life, and not just some passerby, you need to care about him too, okay?
What? Of course I care about Marruk.
I care about Marruk? The thought came out as clear as water, but my mind is muddled and confused. Unable to deal with her staring, I force myself to nod. Her pose slacks and she leans back and her expression softens.
It's been hurting me, seeing him recently. He's overworked and always so stressed out. if it's true that you're living together now, I have a request.
I raise an eyebrow and she sighs, retreating from the wall. I could run. We could probably find Nocce. But as weird as the situation might be, I don't think she means me any harm.
I need help looking after him.
Huh?
He's done so much for us, and he's been through enough. He... Please, just keep an eye on him for now, okay?
She taps the side of my head, more playfully than intimidating.
I know you've got more going on in there than that silly report suggests. I would know. And I could really use an extra set of eyes on him. I mean, does he seem okay to you?
I raise my hand to respond, but I find myself wavering. He's an adult, and I've only seen such a small snapshot of his life. Sure, he seems stressed, maybe undervalued in his work. Even so, he's still here, doing all this. Isn't that impressive enough? But I've seen him at night. How he can barely sleep. His nightmares. Whatever trauma he carries. I feel like an ancient emperor, about to pass judgment on a gladiator. My guardian. With a downturned thumb, I cast my vote. She's right. He does need our help.
Thank you. Look, I don't like to admit it either, but he needs help. And you might just be what he needs.
Huh?
Someone to tell him when he's being dumb, make him take a break. Something like that. Look, I'm not saying you need to do it alone or nothing, but since you're going to be living with him, I had to ask. If you could keep in contact somehow, we could maybe figure out what to do. Does your species know how to send text?
Oh, kinda. Reaching into my pocket, I pull out my phone for her.
What in the void is this, Tiny? Oh, wait, is this?
She manages to switch it on, and the screen pops to life.
Hey, not bad. I used to have one just like this. Still not quite as cool as Lieutenant's, though. I still can't believe how much he spun on that silly thing. But here, let me give you my contact.
She quickly puts in her info and hands me back my phone.
I, also put an emergency number in there. That's no chase. Don't call that one. Like, ever. Unless something is very, very wrong, okay?
Don't text me either.
What?
Oh, hey there, big guy. How long have you been there?
A while? How long did you think I would be gone?
Darn, I knew I should have told you to get me a drink too.
Maybe you'll figure it out someday. And I can't believe I have to say this again, but why are you trying to meddle in the lieutenant's affairs?
It's not meddling if it's helpful. I know he seems fine to you, but I've been here longer and I know something's wrong.
He's the second toughest Karain I know. Not even losing half his head slowed him down. He's fine.
We're not arguing about this again. It's not enough that he's physically fine, there's more to it. I know he needs us, so we're going to help him, okay?
Fine. Anyways, if you're done intimidating the alien, we still have a shift to finish.
Can you just give me, like, Another minute? This is important.
He rolls his eyes and lumbers back around the corner. Considering how he snuck up on us before, it's pretty safe to assume he can still hear us.
Sorry about him. He's a good guy, and he will help if he can, but he's a little unsociable.
Seems like a common trait amongst these security crews so far.
He's right about one thing. We gotta get back to work soon. Before that, I wanted to thank you. I literally don't know you at all. And I kind of just, might have been a bit unprofessional backing you up against that wall there. But, thanks. Darn, I'm usually better at this. Thanks for not, screaming or running or nothing is what I meant to say. So, if you are really going to help Marruk, then thanks a ton. And, that's it. Oh, one more thing. If I ever find out you hurt him, well, in the name of the eye, I'll break your legs. All right, let's get to it.
Skipping around the corner, she presumably catches up with Nocce, leaving me utterly baffled. I think everyone on the security team needs a psych evaluation and 3 months of vacation time. But she really seems like she actually wants to help Marruk. And maybe also break my legs. Still, having someone to contact in case of emergency is pretty great, especially considering...
Tiny, get over here.
Ah!
Scrambling around the corner, I join them down the hall and we resume our shift. Without Tio narrating the whole time, it's been awkwardly quiet. I presume this is the norm. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it a bit. At least she sometimes pipes up with an interesting fact or just asks how I am. Nocce doesn't say much, but that's to be expected. Fortunately, it seems we've arrived somewhere interesting.
Oh, let's show Tiny the storage room over here. We should check the safety exits anyway. You know how they just stack stuff in front of those doors.
Fine. Just don't touch anything.
I give him a thumbs up, but he doesn't even care to look.
Right in here. Ooh.
Oh wow, it's like a whole
Oh, yeah.
warehouse. They even have cargo vehicles too. It's quite the operation.
Well, what do you think? This is where incoming and outgoing packages are sorted. Security doesn't really have to do much in terms of actually packaging anything. But we have to sign off on anything that could be deemed hazardous. And well, like I said earlier, the team here has a bad habit of misplacing boxes in front of fire exits. So we like to stop by every once in a while to check in. Feel free to walk around and see what there is. Watch out for the tri-lifts, though. We wouldn't want you getting squished now, would we? Would we?
And don't.
Touch anything. He knows, big guy. Come on, let's go get this out of the way and we can grab lunch.
He seems upset about being cut off, but he sighs and capitulates.
We'll be right back.
Sure, big warehouse. Probably full of Crane that would just love to see a human just walking around. Not creepy at all. It's fine. I'm sure everyone read the message that was sent out this morning. And if they didn't, I'm sure everyone's been talking about me. I get a head start on my usual routine and pick a corner to pace in. I'm not too far from the door, so if they come back, I'd be able to see them. But this way I feel like I won't get seen, either. After this morning, I'm not really in the mood for that. I wonder if... Is that the sound those triliths make? I figured they'd sound more like little cars. Curious, I head over around some boxes and move towards the sound. I see it after a few aisles. There's one of those lifts. I guess they just sound weird. I mean, there's no reason it should sound like... Wait. It's not moving. I don't even think it's on. Is something else making that sound? Heading closer, I see a faint orange glow dancing over the controls of the lift. And it's getting brighter. Carefully walking towards the sound, I hear its thrum, like a heartbeat. And the faint light isn't getting any closer now. It must have stopped, whatever it is. Is this really a good idea? Surely it's just some engineer working on this lift, right? Oh fuck, maybe I should just... The light is gone. Looking around frantically, I managed to spot it coming off one of the far boxes in the room. This is too weird. I should really head back. Why am I still walking towards it? Curiosity killed the human, I guess. The thrumming echoes off the next aisle. I can tell it's fading. Darting forwards, I follow the light dancing between the shelves and off the spotless floor. It's a sickly, faint orange color. Facing the corner, I stop myself by grabbing a box. It was a terrible idea, and now the whole roll is falling on me.
Fuck!
I bounce off the shelf, banging my shin on the way down, only to barely catch myself on the cold floor.
Shit!
Just shit.
Sorry, I thought that was me. Sorry.
Blind and white
You're
pain
good.
momentarily. I think that was supposed to be Tucker, actually.
Wait, was it? Go back. I think wasn't it T?
It
It
was
said
T,
T.
but I think that might be a typo.
Oh yeah, maybe that is because that would
mean-
make more sense.
Is that
Let's just-
cryptid?
Because I mean, I guess I imagine they intervened to save their life.
It's
or
an
something.
error.
Oh, it is an error. Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
The
You're right,
blinding,
you're good.
the
makes
blinding
sense.
white pain momentarily overpowers the dark veil. Quickly grabbing my leg, I scan the floor in front of me, looking for anything. But there's nothing but an orange glow. Looking up, I see. It's the thingamajig.
It is a
Scramble back.
robot.
Oh, it's glowing now, too. Look at the little thingies dancing.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow. I scramble backwards, stunned by whatever the hell this thing is. Is this...
Hello?
I managed to prop myself up against the shelf, but being sure not to knock any more boxes over, as the pain slowly dulls. The thing in front of me is gently floating in place. The thrumming noise is clearly coming from whatever it is.
Can you, understand me?
I give it a short wave, and it floats a few inches closer. I almost stumble back again. Was it scanning the packages? Or, like, checking for something? Leaning back and forth, I can definitely see now that some kind of eye is following me. Well, this was a mistake. I mean, the robot's pretty cool, but now I kind of feel like I'm just in the way. Turning around to hobble back to the corner, I see the tube, thingamajig, creepy robot thingy, or whatever it is, float behind me.
No, you gotta get back to, what you were doing.
I swear it cocks its head at me, as if it can just barely understand what I'm saying, but doesn't fully grasp it. I point to the boxes I knocked over.
Sorry about this. Can you, clean those up? Continue on your scans? Alright, follow me. See if I care.
Extremely nervous, I start limping back to the door, hoping that I didn't cause too much of a mess. Ah, shit. I really should clean up after myself. Maybe I can go back.
Ah!
And turning around, I come face to face with the bright orange eye of that robot, only a few inches from my head.
What the?
Sitting up, it seems I fell on some empty boxes this time. I guess that's a bit luckier, but where did that...
Hey! I told you not to touch anything!
Oh, fuck. A massive paw grabs my arms and lifts me up as if it were nothing. I have to struggle to keep my head straight as I'm jostled around.
Put me down!
Nocce! Quit it!
My arm feels like it's going to be torn out of its socket. His grip tightens with the order. I know he doesn't want to do it. Fortunately for me, his training comes through and he drops me. It's a few inches, but it feels like I tumbled down the stairs.
What in the void happened here, Tiny? Are you okay?
T rushes over and helps me keep me steady while guiding me to the nearest bench.
Here, take a seat. Sit. Are you alright? Do you need anything?
I need...
Oh, fuck. Right, my mind is spinning. Between the pain and everything that just happened the past minute, I can barely think straight. A dull thrum echoes through my leg, and I realize that that's probably the most important thing to deal with right now. I point to my leg, and I think she can read my expression all too well as she reaches down and starts inspecting it.
Well, shit, Tiny. Didn't Nocce do this? I didn't think he dropped you that hard.
Wincing, I give a thumbs down.
I guess we maybe shouldn't have left you alone like that. You went and got yourself all banged up.
I told you this would happen.
Oh, shush you! Don't think you're off the hook for shaking them around like that. Can you make yourself useful and go grab the first aid kit from the office here?
Fine.
Reluctantly, he lumbers off.
Well, I don't know much about alien biology or nothing, Tiny, but I think you'll probably live through this. Maybe. What had you all spooked, though? Was it Nocce, or did you just trip and hurt yourself?
I try to find some way to gesture it to her, or some way to explain it through the pain and language barrier, but I can't. I think she knows it too.
Shit, sorry. Complicated questions ain't gonna do either of us no good right now. Here.
After gently placing my leg down, she sits on the bench next to me, kicking her legs.
Once we get you all patched up, we can take it slow. We got our lunch break coming up soon anyways. So you can just sit down during that. Don't worry, you'll heal up real fine.
If I weren't so disoriented already, I might think she's laying on the care a bit too thick. I'll just chalk it up to her being surprisingly kind, if not still a bit threatening. Nocce slumps back over and tosses her a brightly colored green box that she snatches up and tears open. Quickly whipping out some gauze, she bandages my leg and rolls my pant leg back down.
Here, want to see how it feels?
I timidly take her extended paw, letting her pull me to my feet. Of course, in typical Korean fashion, she pulls way too hard and I almost stumble into her, but it gets me up at least. It still hurts, but the pain is dulling, and I don't think there was much blood anyway. And she meets my weak thumbs up with a polite smile.
Well, we can walk slowly for the rest of the shift. And if you ever need any help, just lean on me or... just lean on me, okay?
I nod, and she makes her way to the door, leading us out. I stumble behind her, taking one last look through the room. I see nothing but boxes and empty shelves. No sign of that weird robot. I'll have to ask Marruk about it later. A few marks later, and after a well-deserved lunch break, we continue our endless march. Two stops a few times to help some stragglers, but otherwise it's pretty quiet down on these floors. Finally, I hear a faint buzzing and Tiu pulls out her monitor. She smiles and types up a fairly long reply before turning to me.
Well, Marruk got tired of doing paperwork. So if you want to head back, we can take you there. Our shift is almost up anyway, so it's no problem.
I nod and she starts leading me down a separate hallway before a voice calls out from behind us.
Dew, I'm gonna close out. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, okay, Nocce. Bye.
She energetically waves goodbye, only to receive a half-staff send-off from her coworker. After hopping into one of the elevators, I can see Tiu has tensed up and is tapping her foot again. Cautiously, I take a glimpse over, only to see that she seems pretty beat up. Did something happen, or is she just that upset about Nocce leaving us? I should see if...
Hey, Tucker?
Oh, did not come through? Sorry.
Good work today. You kept pace and assisted on your first shift, so yeah.
I tilt my head and give her a confused look. I have a feeling that's not all she has to say.
I'm really sorry for pinning you against the wall a bit back there. During lunch, I had some time to reread the message the captain sent us again, and, well, I don't know. I feel like a million things could be said on it, and most probably have. But thank you for being here.
So my expression only becomes more confused. She elaborates.
Well, like, it's change. Change for you, for Marruk, for us, for everyone. That's always a good thing. Well, almost always. You get it. I'm just glad to have you on the team. And I know Marruk is too. Even if he's too scared to show it. Just keep it up, Tiny. I know it can't be easy being here, but you'll figure it out. And hey, if you ever need anything, just message me. I can get to Marruk's room in 13 minutes flat.
The last remark felt more like a threat than anything, but I know she meant it well. With a wistful smile on my face, I raise my arm to reply, only for the elevator doors to open as we arrive back on the upper floors. Distracted by our travel, Tiu heads out, prompting me to follow behind.
But please, stay in contact, yeah?
Again, I go to respond before realizing I can just test my monitor. Reaching into my pocket, I pull it out and find her new contact, and... How did she... There are flower emoticons next to her contact name. I'll have to ask how she did that another time. All-Star.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't quite sure who should read this. I'll keep in touch. I hope we can work. Sorry. I hope we can work together again soon.
And send. Putting my phone away, I wait as she pulls her monitor out. She seems almost giddy with anticipation as she waits for the text. I hear a faint buzz, and she quickly scans the message.
Oh, great. Glad to hear it. Well, I'm glad this is all working well and good. It's real nice they show up in Karain, though. I was worried I was going to have to learn to read Alien.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, wait, what?
Whoa. You good there, Tiny?
Frantically, I message again.
You mean I could have just been texting you all day instead?
Oh, I guess so. Funny how that works, ain't it?
I sigh and put my phone away. God, I'm a fucking idiot. She really rolls with the punches, huh? Ah, and here's someone who is, decidedly, not in such high spirits.
Lieutenant Sarah, sir!
T jumps to attention as I slump beside her.
All right, none of that. You know how I feel about all that proper shit.
And that's why I do it, sir.
With an extra emphasis on the sir, Marruk just rolls his eyes and leans up against the wall.
Well, thanks for taking care of Taka here today. Everything go all right? You fuck with him?
Only a little. But, everything went pretty good. Departures needs to get their shit together. The place is a mess, but it's nothing a small lecture won't fix.
Yeah, well, it's hard enough to get mail in this place as is. I'll send them a message or something, I don't know. Anyways, you get to head out? No reason to stay up here any longer.
Fine to leave, but, are you alright, Marruk?
Yeah, I just hate paperwork. It was a long day.
Okay.
Marruk straightens his jacket and steps away. I start to follow until I'm reminded of my banged up leg.
Ah!
You good there, Tucker?
I... tripped out on patrol. Banged up my shin pretty bad.
His eyes turn cold, and I suddenly feel like I'm about to get interrogated. Instead of continuing with me, he opts for another source.
Alistair, report.
Sir, during a routine inspection of a storage room C5, Tucker, more commonly known as Tiny...
He's not
Not-
called...
It's both.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, you're the second
Alright,
half.
that's not my
He's not
name!
called that!
was left unattended for a short period of time. During said time, it seems as though they did some inspecting of their own, only to be caught off guard by some misplaced boxes. In the ensuing incident, I believe they fell and hurt their leg. I immediately took action, applying basic medical training to the wound, ensuring no more harm came to our intrepid guest.
Didn't I say I wanted them to come back unharmed? Tucker, is any of that true?
Hey! Would I lie to you? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, it's good. I literally did this anyway like 5 minutes ago. You're good, you're good. Hey! Would I lie to you?
So anyways, Tucker, what happened?
She got most of it. I was checking out the warehouse or whatever, and I thought I saw some, like... Do you know if there are any, box sorting robots on the ship?
Is this relevant?
Yeah, I promise.
I mean, probably.
You don't know?
There've never been in any security briefing I've read. But I wouldn't be surprised if there were. I've heard of them being used on other stations. And this is supposed to be one of the nicest ones out there. So I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, alright. Well, I think one of them snuck up on me, and it surprised me.
The robot?
Yeah,
Robots? Are we being invaded by robots, sir?
No. No, we are not.
Oh.
Why are you still here anyway? Your shift ended like 10 minutes ago.
You haven't dismissed me.
Sergeant Alistair to you. You are dismissed. Thank you for your help today.
Thank you, sir. Of course.
She drops her salute, but doesn't turn to walk away.
You were dismissed to you. You can go, you know.
Oh, I know. But now I want to be here.
She breaks into a devious grin, and Marruk responds with an audible, pained groan.
Tucker, we have to go now. Things only get worse when she starts smiling.
Almost skittish, he starts making his way past her down the hallway, urging me to follow. As I pass, Tiu leans over and whispers,
Take care.
before straightening up and returning to her position. Not wanting to fall behind, I offer a small wave and head off. Even with my bad leg, I manage to make it to the elevator before Marruk gets on without me.
There you are. Was getting worried.
you were worried you would have stopped.
You're right. Guess I wasn't worried.
He shrugs.
If I trust you to take care of yourself around those two, I trust you enough to catch up to me.
Sounds more like passing the blame if you ask me.
Well, I wasn't asking.
He replies cheekily.
Fuck off.
I give him a good whack on the side, which I don't think he expected. But he doesn't retaliate either. I'm not sure my body could survive another mauling today.
So, how was work?
Pretty shitty. Like I said, I fucking hate paperwork. I got caught up. Man, some of those documents are dense.
What did you have to do? Read them and sign off if they're good?
Hey, give me a bit more credit than that. I gotta make sure there's no discrepancies, write a reply up, and catalog it all correctly. It's a lot more involved than you might think. And a lot more time consuming. I only got through like 8 reports. And a lot of Sokna's crap is coming up. Expensive shit. I got a preliminary for that Heron crew arriving too. No names, just prep work. But, how are you? You seem a bit, well, more out of it than usual. Which, for you, is saying something.
You worried? I thought you trusted me.
Ha! But really, you're not just acting tough about being hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Good, good.
With his hands in his pockets, he slouches a bit, turning away as his ears go down. We walk the final few halls in silence. He solemnly stops in front of his door, and taking exaggerated movements as he opens it and steps in. My mind goes back to what you told me earlier. Take care of him. Ah, shit. I'm not the one acting tough about being hurt. than he is. But why? While Marruk changes in the bathroom, I nurse my leg on the bed, finally taking some of the pressure off. While I do miss the sound of oh gosh, there's a typo. Krypton! Chop chop! Fix it right now! While I do miss the sound of the wind in the night, the silence these rooms afford is really like nothing else. Huh? Without sitting up, I reach blindly for my phone. I'm finally managing to snag one of the corners of. Finally managing to snag one of the corners before lazily bringing it to my face.
Guys, and you thought you were done?
I thought I was chilling back, relaxing. Hey! Hey, Tiny. Tiny,
I didn't expect a text so soon,
answer me.
let alone.
I know you're there.
Let alone 3.
Remember the 14 minutes?
Yeah? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Just Andy. Oh,
Did you need something?
oh, I just wanted to make sure you got back all right with Grumpy. How is he doing? How are you doing?
I'm alright. He's, less so.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I trust you, Tiny. I know you can help him change. But just remember.
Is that ASCII art of her breaking my legs? How the fuck? I'm both intimidated and supremely impressed. Got to ask her how she does that. I hear a creak from the bathroom and put my phone down.
Hey, lights out.
Yes, sir.
I deserved that one.
For whatever reason, sleep does not come easily tonight. Maybe it's because I can't quite find a comfy position with my banged up shin. But I doubt that's it. I think it's some underlying nervousness that just pervades the room. I can feel it, and I think Marruk does too. He's not asleep, at least. I don't think he is. For someone who's out and about all the time, I figured he'd drop the second he's hit. I figure he'd... Fuck! Blah, 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 blah. For someone who's out and about all the time, I figured he'd drop the second he hits a bed. I guess I should know better by now. His work sounded like hell today. I hope the captain doesn't give him too much shit about it. And what the hell does Hugh even expect me to do? Why do I have to change? Hasn't enough changed already? Maybe I should.
Hey, Tucker, go to bed. I can hear you muttering. Quit keeping me up. I'm getting up early tomorrow.
For what?
Don't worry about it. You wouldn't like it.
Oh. Alright.
I wait for any kind of explanation, but it's clear he's just not going to elaborate. He's probably got a meeting with the captain or something. Change, huh? I'll figure it out tomorrow. Day 13?
I like that.
Okay, we're gonna pause here for now.
I
Ooh,
like
that's an
that.
interesting
But we
That's
can do a second half today if people are feeling it. We are
Oh,
basically right on the cusp
we're on
of
the cusp.
catching up to where the Patreon build is. Just this
Ooh.
last day.
True.
Tempting.
Tempting.
I think this is a good place to stop personally, so we can have more people for next time, since we are
Yeah.
missing a lot of the crew.
Yeah, it's a good point
Mhm.
actually.
Okay.
But my flip point is, I'm having a really fun time doing Marruk, and I want to keep going.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
well, you know what? If you want,
So
we
real
can.
for that.
If you're available for the next session, then we can veto you in as Marruk next time.
No,
Uh,
I am actually making an executive decision. Zeb is doing Marruk for this next part.
Yay.
Unfortunately, that
Yay.
means next week can't be the reading because I'm not available next week.
I probably wasn't going to
No.
do one next week anyways because people were going to be gone for
Yeah.
UFC.
Alright,
Mhm.
well, that works.
Yeah, I really liked your mood because like you have a lot more of the gritty gruff kind of like I loved your back and forth with
And it's not Batman anymore.
It's not, you've honed it.
not Batman
Hooray!
That's the
anymore.
Batman phase.
The Batman face is past. It's past. I loved your efforts, Jackson, and I loved your efforts with the knee banged up knee all star, and I love Nocce. Nocce was the kind of it was just how I imagined they would sound.
Nocce
like,
was
and-
Nocce was inconsistent as fuck, and I apologize for that.
That's
it's hard
okay.
to do.
I love both.
It's hard to keep
versions
that
people
voice
done.
consistent.
He's
Yeah.
a hard
You're
boy
all
to do.
amazing.
Really
Yeah,
hard to do.
everyone did great.
Aw.
It was
You
really
are.
good.
Ryzen, I just love you, and you do such a good job with her too.
Wait, where'd
So
Boost go?
fun.
I need to message
Mhm.
Boost. I saw like the
Thank you.
spamming of messages when Nocce picked Tucker up, and I was like,
Yeah, so it was like it should have been me.
It should
Have been me. Yes, thank you. I always enjoy these readings. I appreciate you guys hosting them, especially you K9 doing all the editing work. I don't know how you do it.
Seriously.
Just
Yeah.
doing
Editing
my
is so
best.
good.
And that's enough. And it's appreciated.
It is.
Thank you.
It's appreciated.
It's it's boosted.
I don't even know what that means.
Boosted. The
Means
new
you
word.
ate your pussy.
No.
And with that, I think that's a good point to switch off the recording to. So
Oh,
thank you. So yeah, thank y'all for
live
watching.
on. Thanks for
Wow.
watching.
Bye.